Hello, this is Saint Justin of SOTAM, Saints of the Ancient Ministry. In this segment, I will be shedding some light into the three main obstacles holding most people back from their dreams and goals that has delayed their destiny, that if unconquered, will prevent them from ever achieving their heart's desires and goals in life. We live in a perfect world. Everything has been created for a specific purpose and made exactly as designed. A lot of people talk about motivation, drive, positive thinking, and affirmations. Yes, most certainly these are attributes that can turn things around for you in your life and propel you towards your desires. However, this characteristic disposition is only on the surface level and can only take you so far if you are not in direct alignment with source energy on the spiritual and mental level. The first obstacle that impedes a lot of people from achieving their goals and dreams is termed shadow belief. A shadow belief is an unconscious belief that influences our entire lives and depicts what we cannot do, what is possible, and what we can achieve. And this dictates our behaviors, habits, and mentality. Until you reprogram your mind or brainwash yourself that all things you are wanting and desiring in your life is possible and easily achievable, it will be difficult and almost impossible to achieve them. The good news is that there are set ways that you can easily and effectively brainwash or reprogram your mentality, which takes between 30 to 60 days of a continuous daily exercise through positive affirmations and habits. Once you change your mentality, you will change your reality. I will elaborate more in detail in another segment of the most effective and proven ways to have a brand new mindset that will propel you to your destiny. The second obstacle is a quitter's mentality, which is quitting before the manifestation, which typically stems from the I have to see it to believe it mentality rather than the I have to believe it before I see it mentality. You must understand that everything goes through a process. Nothing happens instantly. If you take a look around you, you will notice that everything around you underwent a process, from your cell phone, clothes, shoes, watch, car, you name it. And so the same applies to your ideas and vision. The moment you think of a new idea or something that you are wanting, you tend to get a sense of chill and excitement. The reason you feel this way every time is because the God in you has heard a whisper from the Most High God. Whatever you desire is automatically given, but you must go through a process to get it. And in that process, that's where a lot of people give up, because their usual way of life becomes uncomfortable and they fail to realize that nothing is created or grows in a comfortable place. Everything in life worth having has gone through the pressing room, through pressure and resistance. For example, the main reason why a lot of people admire men and women with a well-sculpted body is not just based on looks per se. If we all looked like that naturally, nobody will appreciate it. But knowing the process required to attain and maintain that physique is what we are subconsciously attracted to. The diamond we admire would be nothing but a rough stone if it did not go through a rigorous process of sewing and bruting. Everything that is worth having in life goes through the same process. Anybody who avoids struggle avoids growth and prosperity. You must understand that you are a God and that you can have anything you want, no matter what it is. But it cannot be manifested instantly into your reality without going through a process of creation, which takes time to manifest, as only the Most High God can create instantly without a time period required for creation. 80% of the time, we are responsible for sabotaging our dreams and goals because we do not allow things to take the natural course required for creation. A few months ago, I was on a phone call with a lady who scheduled a phone call on the SOTAM website. During our detailed phone conversation, I realized that her constant financial struggles and numerous divorces was not as a result of an external element like a hex or curse, but that she was unconsciously sabotaging her happiness and success in life by constantly preventing events and things in her life that she was wanting to undergo a natural phase of completion required for creation and manifestation. One very common mistake most people make is that they are usually certain that they know how the things they desire will come to them. For example, a person who wants to become a millionaire may believe that the only way they can achieve this is by playing the lottery, and in doing so, disregards all other possibilities and opportunities that the universe will present to them. Whatever you desire or want in life is instantly created, but it is your due diligence to be aware when the opportunities present themselves, because it always does. And the most important thing is that you must be open-minded and be welcoming to new ideas and new ways of doing things, because the Most High God has a sense of humor and may present things you are wanting in places least expected. This also applies to attracting that special person in your life. Most people have a mental image in their minds on how they would like their life partner to be, like tall, attractive, successful looking, and the list goes on. But what they fail to realize is that they are attracting a soulmate with everything they desire in a person and not a body. For a body is only the clothing of the soul. This is why some people attract the perfect person they truly desire, but never realize it, because they are focused on the clothing of the soul, which is the body, to present itself, instead of the actual soulmate they seek. With this shallow expectation and short-sightedness, they never give the perfect person they truly desire a chance into their lives, because the clothing they see is not what they have envisioned for a partner. We can take an example from the book of Matthew, chapter 14, verses 13 to 21, when Jesus told his disciples to gather food they can find and bring to him. However, from the 5,000 people in the crowd, it was a little boy that had all the food that Jesus used to feed the multitude. Sometimes in life, our blessings come from places we least expect. That is why, the moment we desire something that we are truly wanting, we must never reject any opportunity that's presented, no matter how small or ridiculous, because that can be the first important step to what you are truly seeking. And always remember that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step in the right direction. The process of manifestation of things we desire are typically in 3 stages. The first stage is the promise, which is the dream, goal, or vision we have. The second stage is the creation, which goes through a process, which are the steps to be taken. and self-discipline to persevere and remain patient during the natural creation of the desire. And the final stage is the price, which are the things we want to appear in our reality. The manifestation is 100% certain. You will experience it. It will come, but you cannot give up during the creation process. As earlier mentioned, only the Most High God has the ability to create instantly. But for us lesser gods, we can create whatever we want. However, it requires a creation process to manifest into our lives. And this is why we must be patient during the creation process. The third obstacle that prevents people from achieving their goals and dreams in life is that they may have been cursed. This is something that is usually overlooked, and most people, especially in the Western culture, are completely oblivious to. And this is why this hex or curse works almost every time, because not knowing makes you vulnerable and a perfect target. Have you been having consistent bad luck in general for months or even years? Putting a hex or a curse on someone is relatively easy. Anybody in the right emotional frequency can do this. This can happen so inadvertently that it is often overlooked, and there have been countless cases in which people have lost all they have worked for, their marriage, finances, family, jobs, and even died from such curses. That little malice you feel may be as a result of the curse that has been placed on you, which may have been unintentional, that resulted in the surge of anger or intense jealousy or hate towards you. The first thing you will observe if someone has placed a hex on you is you will notice that things that came to you naturally will become a struggle. The decline and stagnation of your finances will be the primary target, and then everything important or dear to you will follow. Your life will become challenging. There will be no easy paths for you in general. The main objective of the spell is to render you hopeless and defeated, because by doing so, you will eventually give up your happiness and desire for life. The good news is that all curses, no matter how it was manifested, be it from an ex-jealous lover, an enemy, or even your forefathers, can be undone and broken. One of the most effective ways is by confronting the enemy in a spiritual battle and anointing yourself with the holy anointing oil to break the yoke, for the anointing breaks the yoke. Isaiah chapter 10 verse 27 says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, that his burden shall be taken away from off thy shoulder, and his yoke from off thy neck, and the yoke shall be destroyed because of the anointing." Once the yoke is broken, it's recommended fending off the curse for good by wearing a protective charged amulet or charged ring, which will easily fend off most curses or hexes. For men, the best device is a charged small steel shield engraved with a protective pentagram, your birthday and birth sign, which has been proven to be most efficacious for centuries. And for women, a charged silver ring engraved with a protective pentagram, trident, and your birth sign, placed on the little right finger. For more information about the protective amulet and ring, or to even purchase it, visit SOTAM.org. It might be the most important purchase you've made in your life. In the book of Ephesians chapter 16 verse 12, It states, "For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places." However, I assure you that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And always keep in mind that the same powers the enemy possess, that you possess as well. But you must be aware that you are in a spiritual battle, so you can defend and protect yourself effectively, or else you'll be a sheep amongst wolves. It is unnatural to never seem to get a break in life, or having to deal with constant challenges that affect your state of happiness and peace of mind. When this becomes your reality, then it is time to take immediate action and fight back. I urge you to take control of your destiny and position your life to win. For more specific instructions, custom prayers, and information, visit SOTAM.org, where you can also download free self-help audios and affirmations designed to align you with source energy so you can start attracting all the beautiful things you desire in your life. Remain blessed and let the God in you shine. And remember that whatever it is you desire, or whatever it is that you are going through, that there is always a way. And that we here at SOTAM are here to guide you and help you through the process. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.